Hey y'all, how are you doing? So I've been wanting to make this vlog in a few days now, because when I posted that I'm going to Europe next year, I got so many messages saying like, why aren't you coming back to Mexico City? Don't you like us anymore? And of course, like, I do love my friends in Mexico City. But I do have like love and hate in relationship with Mexico City, especially after what happened last year. Um, so I don't really usually share that much about my personal life. I try not to, and I feel like people want me to more and more now. So I think that I will share about this. And some of my friends might already know about this, but some of you might not know. So here's a story. Um, so when the first time I arrived in Mexico City, it was 2022. And you know me, I like to make friends, I like to meet people. And so I met this girl. Um, she is, I want to say, an active person in the community in Mexico City, especially in the Asian community. And so we met, and then I felt like, oh, maybe we can be friends, not even good friends, just friends. So every time I invited her to events and stuff like that, um, you know, I will invite her. And then she would say like, oh yeah, I will come, or yeah, I'll be there. And then something happened. She just never made it to my events. I think we only hung out like maybe a couple times. One of them was like potluck at her place with other people. But yeah, so that was 2022, and in 2023 I came back to Mexico City, and then I added my friends to her Asian groups. And because I like people to meet other people, I like friends to become friends, because this world is already so hard. It's better, like, when we go through it together as friends. And then I left to Japan, and then she started hanging out with my friends, and it's just fine. But then at the same time, I kind of feel like weird, because well, when I was there, I tried to hang out with you multiple times, and that just never happened. She always had reason why it didn't happen. And then so she hung out with my friends, and I came back to Mexico City. I saw her once at a dinner that she was super late to, which is, that's not new for her. And then I just, hung out with my friends in Mexico City. And then one day, one of my friends asked me like, "Oh, how come you're not at so and so birthday yesterday?" And I was like, "Well, I wasn't invited. I didn't know there was a birthday party." And then, this person said, "Oh, that's weird, because I saw other people that were there that she didn't know very well. Like, she just met them once or something like that, and they were invited." And I was like, clearly she doesn't like me. She doesn't like me for whatever reason, and I think the reason is she likes to be the center of attention. And I'm a Leo. I like to be the center of attention, but I don't mind sharing spotlight with other people. But clearly that's not her, you know. And since then, it kind of create friction in for me, because it's like I don't really want to hang out with her when she's like around, because like clearly she doesn't want to hang out with me, and clearly she's just before she was just using me to get access to my friends. And which I'm glad she did, because now seems like she has multiple friends that she got from my friends group. um and then so it also created this thing where people kind of have to choose, if they want to hang out with me or with her, because it's not because like they don't like me or they don't like her, but it's more like people don't have that much time and money just to, go out and do things. And so, yeah, so I don't like this person anymore. And unfortunately, some of my friends like to hang out with her, which is fine because, like, yeah, I said fine, but actually, maybe it's not that fine because in reality, like, I appreciate people who are loyal, but then again, I understand because I'm not there, she's there, and my friends who are in Mexico City, they can hang out with her because they feel like they need to have community, they need to have someone to organize things, which is totally understandable. But then again, will I trust these people with my life if something happened? Probably not. Because I appreciate people who are loyal, and there are people who are loyal and they appreciate, my point of view on things, and they agree that there was not the good behavior of just using another person to gain access to a community. And this is not the first time this happened to me. I feel like people just like to use me because people think that I'm an extrovert. I'm an ambivert. I'm half and half extrovert, introvert. But I do, like, I think like now I am more timid. But before, I do, like, I will just talk to people, randomly at the bar, at the restaurant. I will, make friends, and I will welcome people to join my community. I will welcome people to meet other people. But at the same time, I don't really appreciate, feeling like I'm losing my community because someone is just stealing them and alienating me because, they want to be the center of attention. That's not how everything's supposed to work. We're an adult. Everybody should be getting along and, share the spotlight. So yeah, so since then, like, my feelings toward Mexico City was kind of change. And also, like, when I was there, I didn't hang out as much with my other friends. I know because, people are busy, people have life, and which is totally fine. So I feel like if I want to go back, when I want to invest time and energy, like, I want it to be different next time. And I want it to be where I don't feel sad because, that whole thing was sad for me. Losing friends because of another person, and it's not a good feeling. And sometimes people just don't know, or they don't realize how much they hurt another person. And it's not my job to tell them, you know, how they make me feel, because clearly, like, if we used to talk every now and then, or like if I see you at an event, we're cool, and then suddenly we're not cool, so there must be like something going wrong. And obviously she knows what's going on. So it's not my job to be like, hey, I'm sorry, but you hurt my feelings. No. So yeah, so that's the reason why I'm kind of trying to go somewhere else that is different. I know that probably I'm not gonna last in Europe for that long because it's expensive, but just something different. And eventually I will go back to Mexico City, because I do miss it. It is kind of like my second home, and I do miss people there that are there for me, even though I don't talk to them all the time now, just because we have busy lives. But I do think about them. And yeah, so that's the reason why. It's just I have so many memories with that city, and that was not the only one. There are multiple other ones that are not so great. So I'm trying to heal from it. Like, I'm trying to not be so bitter or sad about it. And I think probably by the end of next year, hopefully I will feel differently. I don't know. It's hard to tell, with everything that is going on. Don't even know if I'm gonna be here next year. Kidding. Anyway, so that's it. Thanks for listening to my little vlog. Catch you all later.